Don't blink, your blink. Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another show. Still playing Tokyo Break the Chains. We're making videos. So without further ado, as they say in Montreal or in French, we're gonna be playing a game. We're also gonna be drawing. So if you don't really play gacha games, we're gonna be playing that, and I think that's gonna be interesting. So let's see what we got. We're gonna be watching this live. Call it a card opening video. I don't think it's a good because we don't have the characters in the side. Yeah, nothing. Oh well. I'm a sucker for gacha. Sucker. Oh my heathen, don't take it slow. For ask you how you know. Please don't stay. We have one more and we might get another Ayato. But we got Ayato already, so I'm actually really happy about that. Okay, so now we're finally fucking done and we can finally fucking play in this trial. So to the year, baby. Good. Perfecto. Perfecto. Perfecto, amigo. Um, so yeah, so insecurities were you see yesterday we talked about insecurities and then insecurity that we talked about was physical. The fact that we are getting compliment for the way I look is actually quite nice. It's actually quite see. I was talking about how I don't need it. You don't feel like you need it, but I spent my whole life thinking that I didn't need anybody to tell me it's gonna be okay. I thought my whole life that I didn't need anybody to help me. But if I was able to solve a problem on my own, I was gonna be able to solve it. And if I wasn't able to solve a problem on my own, it wasn't meant to be solved. Like I live with a lot of problems that were long lasting because you know what? I'll face it when I can, right? So yeah, and it sucks. That's all. That's also the truth. And I'd rather be honest about how I feel than how I don't feel, right? I think that's also important. I think that's also really, really important when it comes to doing what you do, what you need to do, or versus what you want to do. Right? I need to do something. I can do it on my own. I want to do something. I can do it on my own. It's different, right? And the compliments, although are super nice, it's a little bit odd because you spent your whole life thinking I don't need it, but when you do get it, it's like maybe I need it. It's I think we just hit the nail on the head. Wanting and needing. I didn't get compliments, so convinced myself that I didn't need it. If I didn't need it, I didn't want it, right? But now that I'm getting it, it's actually quite nice. No, with that, it's a bit of a special thing. It's a bit of a special thing because we are getting cocky. We are getting cocky. If you look at the content, that's gonna be a very disgusting thing to say, but we're already in it. So in the very first part, right? If you look at the content I was making when I had less than 100 follow, it's one way. If you look at the content we were making when we had more than 100 follow, it's another way. I feel like every single time that I reach a milestone making content, a milestone which is number once again, I get more cocky. I get more confident. So the compliments they do make me feel cocky. See, I'm gonna look at myself. I look at myself every day for multiple hours because I'm vain because I'm filming, right? And I don't really pay attention to the way I look. I don't really pay attention to how I present myself because I don't feel like I need to. But being called beautiful, and I know it's very vain, but I look at myself and I'm like, oh, maybe you are, you know. And I feel like a lot of people that's the way it is, but it just feels good. It's just very reassuring, right? And I feel like reassurance is something we all often forget about. You're going through something. I can't help you. You're going through a trauma in your life, a trauma, and I cannot help you. Imagine that, right? What I can do is I can reassure you. You know, we you have a friend that comes to you, right? And it's explaining a problem. For example, right? They're dealing with drugs. They're dealing with a problem of addiction. You don't know how to talk about it. Oh, I never had that problem. So what am I? I don't know how to give advice. I don't know what advice you need or what advice I can give. Can't help you, bro. I want to help you, but I can't. The person hopefully will understand, right? Will understand. But at the same time, we should say it's gonna be okay. That's reassurance, and I think that's important. I think we forget that. There's also the problem that, oh, if reassurance is dishonest. If I tell you it's gonna be okay, but I know it's not gonna be okay, it doesn't feel real. It doesn't feel, and you're not helping each other because it's like saying to someone, "I'm sorry," right? I know it's weird, but if you're always saying sorry to someone, you're making the same mistake. They're sharp not believing you, not because you're dishonest. And that's a problem that I had before. I was doing something, apologized for it. They forgave me. I did the same thing. I said sorry again. You forgave me once, you're gonna forgive me twice, right? But then your excuses become disingenuous, or they become dishonest. Not because you meant them in a dishonest way, but because you're not because you meant them in this dishonest way, but because it doesn't change anything. It's like you don't mean it. Even if you do mean it, it feels like you don't mean it. And sometimes the way you make people feel is important. See, there's this girl, right? I'm talking about a fictional girl. Fictional girl. I'm not talking about the buddy. And she comes in and she says, "Hey," and I think that's a lot of people. They say, "Hey, you like my haircut?" And I think it's very, very man to say, "Bruh, I don't even know this." And it's a very different subject, but it's the same subject because we're talking about beauty, and about security or insecurity. A guy would say, a girl will get her nails done, right? And the guy won't even notice it. Or a girl will get her haircut. The guy won't even notice it. And I think a lot of people will take it the wrong way. I think deep down what it means is like, I like you regardless. I don't care if you cut your hair. I don't care if you did your nail. I like you regardless. I think you look good. But I think you look good in fucking pajama. Fucking pajama. See, that's something that we and again, it's more so from a man's side of view. We just answered a comment that was summer, and it was the first time we talked. She seemed like a super chill girl, but she was coming from a woman perspective, and it's fun because I don't have that perspective, so it was coming, and then I was like, okay, well, what's my perspective, right? And I think a lot of especially women, they'll catfish you. It's not on purpose. It's not on purpose. It's the standards of society. So they'll put a ton of makeup, right, to look better. Nowadays, what we're seeing is freckles. A lot of girls will make freckles because I think it's adorable. They'll put freckles. And then you wake up and she doesn't have freckles. Like, what the fuck happened to your freckles? Oh, it's makeup. And you cannot blame the person because the norm of society will teach you, hey, beauty, get ready with me. This is my beauty routine. And I think that because we get that so often, I think it's becoming part of the norm, right? But when you wake up, if you like the girl, because that she has a face full of makeup or not, you still like her, right? So the nails, the hair doesn't matter. But I think reassurance, even if it didn't matter for you, even if for you still like her the same, if she has her hair cut or her nails done, you still like her the same way, right? I want to tell you something, and that's going to be very sweet. It doesn't mean to be sweet, but it is. A man will find a woman that is pregnant beautiful, right? And that's the weirdest thing. He'll find a girl that's pregnant beautiful, but then the same guy will say, "Oh, you know what? She's a bit plus size for me." Which personally, I don't mind. Myself, I don't mind. But I see a lot of people that are doing that. I say, "Hey, if woman that's pregnant is beautiful, then chubby woman no." Doesn't make any sense. And they'll find a woman where it's pregnant super beautiful. And then the girl will say, "Oh, do you find me attractive?" I will say, "Yeah, I do find you attractive. It's honest." You know, and even then, I think if she put in the effort to get her hair done or her nail cut, just say, "Hey, you look good." Even if to you it doesn't matter, just to say that. And then you ask yourself, is this dishonest? Right? Because it doesn't matter to you. But then, maybe the fact that you're reassuring her is more important. It's more important than you. Is it dishonest? That's the problem. Is it dishonest? But if you're honest, you don't tell nothing. She'll feel insecure. She'll feel like you don't like her appearance, and it doesn't matter the effort she put in. It doesn't matter. It's very complicated. But I think every single relationship, every single friendship is complicated. I think every single time that you're with somebody else and yourself is very complicated. You have a hard time understanding yourself, so understanding others is a completely different game. But at the same time, doesn't mean that you don't have to try. Anyway, long enough video. Fuck's sake, that was long. Love you guys. Take it easy. Don't blink, it's your blink. Welcome to the Computer Show. We're doing well on this 27 January 2025. Yes, we're in the future. I don't even know how many years in the future. But time traveling, hello. Because we're doing well, they're having a wonderful day. They were talking about a simple question. Why Neo Evangelion? So we started doing a recap or a recap. Not a recap, a review, I guess? Weird. I don't know how to qualify my videos of Neo Evangelion. Now, I'll be completely honest. I don't like Neo Evangelion. I tried to watch it 4 times. I didn't like it. However, I tried reading Berserk 3 times. And I didn't like it. Then I saw the Golden Age and I fucking loved it. And then because I saw the Golden Age, I fucking loved it. I was like, Berserk is cool. I'm thinking this, and a lot of people will say that Neo Evangelion is so good, and then you watch the show and like, I'm not sure as to why. I'm not sure as to why. But then those people, they usually have a very, very good take when it comes to manga or anime. And like, I want to trust you, but I don't know why, right? And I think that's kind of special. I think that's kind of unique in its own fashion, right? Trying to understand it. Trying to understand is actually a really nice way to put it. Really nice way to put it. And yeah. So I'm gonna try it again. So far, I watched the first episode. It's actually pretty good. It's actually not good at all, but it's actually pretty good. When you see the plot or the grand scheme of things, it's actually pretty good. Because the '90s were very special when it comes to anime. Very, very special to anime because it was not so much about the quality. See, I want to say something, but I don't know if I'm going to sound like an asshole. I feel gaming wise is more so honest than anime wise. I feel like gaming wise, a lot of people will prefer a game with good graphics. Doesn't matter the story. What is the story? I look at game from Nintendo 64 from the JBC. The story were amazing, right? The story were amazing. I think the story of Final Fantasy 4 better than the 16th. My favorite is Final Fantasy 12, but who cares? Yes, a lot of people will rely on graphic more than the story. That sucks, right? I think the 90s were amazing when it comes to mangas because we had Naruto, we had Dragon Ball, we had Bleach, we had that. And ultimately speaking, I love this retro aspect. Right? And so for that is nice. I know it's a story. The fact that it's a story that a lot of people like for example, right? A lot of people like One Piece. If not a lot of people like One Piece, nobody would take the chance or the risk of reading 1,000 chapters because people like One Piece and your neighbors like One Piece, your friend like One Piece. It's actually nice. It's actually quite nice. We'll give it a chance. We'll do a recap of Evangelion. Evangelion is. You want to know the real reason why we're watching Evangelion? The real reason? It's a test. Everybody likes Evangelion. Like, no. I saw this guy, right? And he saw anime, and he knew his shit. He knew Kaiju number 8, he knew Shingeki no Kyojin, he knew a lot of darker anime. And I asked him, what's your favorite anime? And I didn't know a single one of them. Anime. He was like, Evangelion's the best. Oh, wow, okay. And the funny thing with that is, okay, I'm gonna tell you the whole story because it's fun. My mom, she didn't know what to buy me for the new year. She's like, hey, let's go to eBay Games. You want games? And I have a ton of games. I have way too many games. So like, I don't need game, Mom. She's like, no, find something. Then I found a manga which was Magic the Gathering. We actually have a manga for Magic the Gathering. I didn't know there was manga. But there is. I'm like, okay, that's cool. So because we bought that, the guy saw the manga. I said, oh, you like mangas? So the Evangelion is how far am I willing to go to make content? Am I willing to sit through something I don't like to make content? Am I willing to sit through something that I don't think is interesting because people told me to watch it? And I feel like you have to test yourself. See, it's so easy to like a movie. I love the trilogy of Lord of the Rings. I love it. I don't like the trilogy of The Hobbit. I do not like it. I'm sorry. I don't like it. Did I sit through the whole thing because I liked Lord of the Ring? Yes. I give it a chance. And I was not willing to give a chance to Neo Evangelion. Yeah. I wasn't even willing to give a chance to Death Note before. But then I read it and I was like, holy shit, this is the best manga that I ever read. Right? So we're just testing it out. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. This is why we're reviewing Evangelion. Plus, it's only like 56 episodes, so it's not that much. I do like an anime that is shorter. I feel like there's a lot of complexity in the longer one, but the shorter one is actually good. Anyway, love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. You saw that? I'm trying to do the piece, and I didn't want to do it too quick or too fast. Don't blink. It's your boy. Welcome to the show. We're doing obviously having a wonderful day on this 27 January 2025. Today we're talking about comic versus manga, a eternal debate. So this fuck. This video was inspired by Big Bang Theory. So I saw Sheldon say, I saw a clip of Sheldon say, I saw a comics anime. And I was talking to this girl, right? You guys know that I had a relationship 2 weeks ago that didn't work. That's okay, that's fine. And she was talking about, I was watching anime. She was asking, what are you watching? And then I said the name of the anime, which was Shingeki no Kyojin. And then she researched it and she saw that it was anime. She's like, no, cartoon are not for me. And I really like the girl, so I had to struggle with saying, it's not cartoon, it's anime. So we had an internal debate, and I'm gonna blow my nose and I'll be right back. Nice. Tokyo Break the Chains, of course. We fucking love that game. But yeah, so I had to restrain myself from saying it's anime, not comics. But where's the separation, right? So I'm an anime guy, right? But okay, it's weird. I'm an anime guy because anime were more accessible to me. We're talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! We're talking about Dragon Ball. We're talking about Naruto. They were more accessible to me. When it comes to the superhero show, I have Batman, I have Spider-Man, which I really like. But you see, those are the most popular comic. So when I went to the apartment, and again, we're going way back. As a kid, I've always had this attraction to anime. I was born in the 90s, right? I told you that. We're good. I told you that. Okay, cool. In the 90s, we had games like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! We had games like Dragon Ball. We had games like Medabot. We had a lot of games were poor or pro. Yeah. There was an anime, there was the game. So for example, Pokemon. Not only can I play the game, but I saw the anime. So I had this complete experience, right? And I thought it was phenomenal. I was like, holy shit, this is great. Look at Batman, you look at Spider-Man, there's none. But then you look at anime, there's way too many games. So how many games of Dragon Ball Z are there out there? Way too many, right? How many games of Naruto are there out there? Way too many. How many games of Bleach is out there? Not enough. How many games of One Piece? One Piece is special because One Piece is so long. So you're allowed to have more games. That's just the way it is. Yeah, so I was a gamer. So of course gaming took a large portion of my opinion on comics versus anime. And then we had a debate. What do I prefer? I prefer animes, of course. I have tattoos of animes. I don't have a single tattoo of a comic. Like, sorry. But comics, there's highlights of comics in my life. And the highlights of the comics are the Comicstorian. Comicstorian was the guy that got me into comics. Comics are very, very intimidating. They're very intimidating. Very, very. In the sense that we have, for example, we have a multiverse, right? For example, we have, we have multiverse. So one of the best comics that I've read was The Walking Dead. And when we read the whole thing, I read the whole thing. Why? Because there was no multiverse. I think multiverse are a great thing. I think it's amazing. One of my favorite multiverse is possibly Spider-Man. Because the different version of Spider-Man. So you have a Miles Morales, you have a normal Spider-Man, you have the Spider-Man that became a spider, right? Or you have Batman also, Batman who laughs, Batman, normal Batman who became the Man-Bat, right? Very different. And I thought it was nice because actually perfect. No need for water. That's perfect. I thought it was amazing, but it's not because also it's really weird. It's really really weird. Um, because you have comics, you have anime, you also have cartoons. And I was watching somebody that I respect. I don't know if you guys know him, but Pro ZD. And Pro ZD was like most cartoon have a nuclear family. Because family is what? It's a father and a mother and a son and a daughter, right? That's a nuclear family. That is the quote unquote model family of modern days. Right? Which is not the case. It's not the case. Oh, my neighbors are up. I don't know what they're up. It's well, it's 5:30, so they're probably way to work. Um, but yeah, so in most cases, the father is dumb. I know what you're saying. Ink, you're crossing lines right now. Am I? Because we got Peter Griffin, Homer Simpson. We have the guy from Time Dad, which is Steve. Steve? No, that's the son. What's the name of the father? I don't remember. It's been a while. We got South Park. South Park is one of the best examples. Randy Marsh. Love Randy, but he's dumb. The father of Kyle. Love the father of Kyle, but he's dumb. Love the father of Carmen. Oh wait, doesn't have a father, right? So you see, that's the example of fatherhood that we have versus the fatherhood that we have in animes. We're gonna be talking about and I don't know why I do feel like cartoons are closer to comics than anime. I don't know if it's the cultural difference or something like that. I just feel like it is. So we're gonna be talking about Naruto. One of the father figure is Iruka. Who doesn't like Iruka? A lot of people adore Iruka. What is it? Another one of his father figure, Naruto? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Jiraiya. Super popular. We're gonna be looking at Bleach. We're gonna be looking at Bleach, right? We're gonna be looking at Bleach. I'm gonna be talking about Bleach. Bleach, right? I'm gonna be talking about Bleach. Who is the father of Bleach? Ishin Kurosaki. Now, Ishin Kurosaki on paper is a dummy. He's a goofy asshole. Right? I don't like the early Bleach Ishin. When you notice a fucking captain is a fucking badass. Who's another father figure to Ishigo Kurosaki? Another father figure. Wada. Badass. See? If you go with One Piece, right? Who's the father figure of Luffy? Look at Garp. Garp I would say he's an asshole, but he's a marine. I think he's actually pretty cool. If you look at Goldie Roger, amazing. If you look at Shanks, amazing. And you don't have that in comics. See, in the comics that's a bit of a problem. We got my two favorites, which are Spider-Man and Batman, because they're both popular too. But if you look at the Spider-Man, in most cases, its role model as a father was Ben Parker. Ben Parker was absolutely a phenomenal man, but in everything, the dying of Ben Parker was the nucleus of Spider-Man. So Ben Parker dying pushed forward Spidey into being a hero because the city was sick. If you look at Batman, weirdly speaking, I personally believe that Alfred is a father figure to Bruce, but his relationship is very weird. It's not like a father and son. It's more like two friends or a butler and his boss, right? But there's a really close bond. There's a real bond of love right there. And it's funny because if you look at so Batman is a bit older. Batman is a bit older, right? So it's nice because you see Batman being older, not older in age, but older in the timeline of Earth. So we're talking about the 50s, the 60s. I don't know. The butler was normal. Then in that period of time, there was a lot of maid at home, and the maid were teaching the students, and a lot of those maids were getting attached to those students, and a lot of those children were attached to the maids, and that's normal. There was like a cool aunt or a cool uncle, you know. So I think it's something that is the way it is, but Batman is different because Batman, although there's not so much as a father figure for Batman or for Bruce Wayne, which was Thomas Wayne. Batman himself is a father figure to Robin, to Dick Johnson, to Grayson Wayne, I think, and to it's been way too long. But Robin, right? He's been a father figure to Batgirl, right? I think it's really cool. One of my favorite anime as a kid, favorite cartoon, not cartoon, sorry. One of my favorite comic was Young Justice. So we had the crew that was Robin, who was the son of Batman. We had the Superboy, which is the son of Superman. We had the daughter of the Martian, and we had the son of the Flash. So we had a whole team that was really, really nice, right? Really, really nice. It was the second generation, right? I would also argue that it's very different. I think culturally speaking, it's important. You see, if you look at Goku, and again, I'm gonna get a little on hate for that, but I don't care. I don't like Goku. I do not like Goku. So, Goku is a very special character that I don't like. But whenever I say I don't like Goku, there's some correction that I have to do. The first correction that I have to do, the first correction is I like Kakarot. I like Kakarot a lot. I do like him. I don't like Goku, but I like Kakarot. Kakarot is the Saiyan counterpart. So whenever Goku becomes serious, whenever Goku is fighting, he is Kakarot. He's not Goku, right? Whenever he's goofy and lovable and Shedra, he is more so Goku, right? Is the Earth counterpart of Kakarot. I don't like Goku, but I like Kakarot. Goku is not a good father. He was an okay father to Gohan, but to Goten, there's barely anything between. Vegeta was not a good father to. Well, Vegeta is specific. Vegeta is very specific. Vegeta is a good father to Trunks after he learned that Trunks will become a very strong person, very, very strong person. So when he saw that Twitter Trunks was strong, oh, okay, I want to have a son because Trunks is really strong. And then you look at Vegeta himself, and he doesn't need to be a good father. You know why? Because King Vegeta, although an asshole, was a really good father to Vegeta. He was a really good father. They were two assholes together. They were really good together, right? It's like that toxic couple. Yeah, they're toxic, but they're happy together. So the cartoon, and I do believe that. And I'm come back to the comparison, my comparison, why I prefer anime over cartoon. I think animes are a bit easier to follow. I think in the comics there's always this question of where do I start. The comic historian, rest in peace, rest in peace. I didn't even know he died. I learned he died recently. The comic historian was an amazing human being who introduced billions of people to comics, billions, and he introduced me to comic. I remember watching his full story video, so full story of the Dark Earth, this full story of the Justice League, the first story of the 51st year. Amazing stuff, amazing stuff, amazing stuff. And yeah, I truly miss Ben. Ben was the comic historian. Yeah, that sucks. He also was the manga historian, and he did a perfect review of Berserk, but that's how it got taken down, right? Which is crazy. I think comic-wise, I think it's a bit intimidating, but the problem with comics is I believe that although they're shorter story, some of those stories are very, very good. So I was reading. So we had so what happened was we had this old. Fuck. When we came into the apartments, right, we were broke. And I told the story a billion times already, but fuck it. I was really broke, and what I started doing was I read comics. I read mangas. I read manga, so I read Death Note, I read Bleach, I read Naruto, I read Soul Eater, I read Akame no Kill, I've read Fullmetal Alchemist, I've read Satan 666, I've read Rave Master, I've read Fairy Tail, I've read Dragon Ball, of course, I've read Ghoul, of course, I've read Beelzebub. Beelzebub was really good too. Not as good as the others, but still. That's pretty much it. And I've read all of those in a row. I got tired of my anime. I was like, oh, fuck. It's too much. It's too much. So what I started doing, which is very weird, what I started doing is I got interested in comics. The first one that I read was Agent Venom. I read the Carnage, Cult of Carnage, which was great. I've read Gwenpool, which was great. None of those were great. The problem with all of those, I also read a comic called Arlene Quinn, which is a masterpiece. Is the Arlene Quinn becomes Arlene? I don't remember her name, but it's Dr. Quinzel, where she become Arlene Quinn, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I've read those, and they're phenomenal. The problem with those is I would read them in one evening. The manga anime, I could read them in a month, in 2 weeks in a month, right? But the problem with that is I don't want to be reading something in one day and the next day trying to find something else that's as good or better, right? I get tired of it. So it's always searching and searching and searching. So that's why I really like The Walking Dead, because The Walking Dead would take me about three weeks a month to read, which is very good. Because you're reading manga, why? Entertainment? Cool, me too. You're reading comics, why? Entertainment, cool, me too. So yeah, I think I prefer anime because it's my general culture, just because I'm more used to that. I think comics are phenomenal. I just think comics is a bit more niche, It takes a lot more. It takes a lot. Yeah. It takes a lot more. Anime are a lot more accessible. Weirdly, how many anime have the first season, and then you watch the first season, and there's no 2 second season, so you read the manga. How many comics don't have this first season? I think Invincible right now is possibly the best comics out there. Invincible, which is pretty good actually. But yeah, so comics are tough. But the fact that it's not so much about it's anime better than comics. I'm more of a comic guy or a more anime guy. I think it's more so a question of. Why can't they coexist? Which I would like. Anyway, that's pretty much the video. Thank you for watching. Love you guys. Take it easy. And it doesn't matter if you like comics. It doesn't matter if you like anime. As long as you like something. As long as you like something that's cultural. Stop watching shows that are depicting assholes or dummies. Learn something. If I gave you the choice between watching a show that won't teach you anything, the weirdest thing is I'm seeing a lot of people of my generation that grew up on manga and anime that have amazing value. And when you tell them, where did you learn that? Oh, anime. Not a single person will tell you, I watched this cartoon and I learned about it. Right? Fucking I Silent Voice, a masterpiece. Anyway, that's the end of that video. Love you guys, take it easy. Peace. Okay. You gonna make a video? Good. Hell yeah. Now I'm gonna have to upload a little bit. And I don't have videos to upload. I think I'm gonna take a good shower. You know what I'm gonna do? Yeah, I think that's a good idea. But before that, I have to do my dailies and art night. So I think I'm gonna stop here. Do my dailies and art nights.